Hi chat! Welcome to another stream! It is Wednesday. It's a Wednesday, my dudes! It's January 6th of 2021, which is just past my half birthday, I guess. Hey, what's up, Michaela? Thank you for the host. I have somehow messed up my audio levels because that was extremely loud. I don't even know where I would change that. Whatever, I'll just deal with it. So I'm just gonna be a little bit jumpy whenever I get stream notifications. I guess that's just the way things are going to go. Um, I did glance at chat while I was getting ready for stream, and I noticed someone saying Michaela hasn't done anything wrong yet. Why did she get bumped? Which I thought was funny. But anyway, let me say hi to y'all, and then we'll talk about current events and what we're doing today. Let's see. Baldathis was here first, and Savivalis was just after that. Oh my goodness! I saw the stream go. I clicked the live button, and you all posted within like 2 seconds of each other. It was crazy. You were all like right on the dot there, so close. But welcome, Baldathis, Savivalis, I Satisfied, and Michaela. How are y'all doing? Bullies, it didn't even show stream until right now. Now you're gonna be starting to optimize ping to get to the best location, right? But anyway, welcome back. It's good to see you. How's it going, Ethan? Hello. Sarcastic Dante is here with the bonk. I guess that was the unwarranted bonk. I assume. You're horny too often. Exactly. Michaela didn't do anything yet. Yeah, there we go. That was the message that I read. Okay, so the plan for today is to look into implementing private repository support for pre-commit.ci, and we will see how much work that is. So as far as I can tell, it already works. We just need to do the proper authorization and authentication stuff such that it's not public information. And do all of the stuff that's necessary in order to be enabled as a paid tier app on the App Store. So I gotta work on all of that stuff today, which means adding a few new webhooks and playing around with that stuff. I actually don't know what I need to do there. I know I'll need to change some of my backend models. I might need to make a couple new queries, but we will see what's up with that. I don't know that it's going to be too bad, but we'll see. It'll only take 10 minutes till the bonk is justified. Are you saying I did something wrong? I didn't say that, did I? You're good. You're fine. Hey, what's up, Flash38? Hello. Good to see you again. I better move house to be first. Yeah. Everyone else is posting 20 seconds before it actually started showing the stream. It was like several seconds after I clicked start, so I think people are on time. I don't know. They could have also been cheating. Hard for me to know. The other server says, "Hey, since GitHub replied, is your bounty hunt finally over?" Yes and no. I will be. I mean, I'm pretty pissed at their response to it. Their response was like, "We decided this was informational at best, so we're gonna give you an amount of dollars that is less than the minimum for our bug bounty, since we don't think it's any high risk for anyone at all ever." So they've closed out my bounty. I've replied to it, being like, "Well, look, you made a blog post about this particular thing. You didn't credit me in it, and you've been contacting hundreds of companies about this issue. And I know internally that you're treating this as a high-risk issue, so what fucking gives?" But I don't think that's going to get me anywhere, so I do plan to make a video on it. I'm not going to talk more about the actual vulnerability today, but because I want to save that sweet surprise for the actual video, which should be fun. I did actually find, well, you can see my working directories in my my bounty search directory. I did actually find a bunch of new repositories that are vulnerable, brand new repositories vulnerable to this bug this morning. So yeah, like it's not in any way fixed, so don't really know quite what's going on there. Oh my goodness, why does this have all these people replied on here? Oh, okay, I see. Do not merge because there's outstanding discussion in the bugs issue here. But anyway, yeah. So that's resolved, but not actually resolved. I think what it'll end up looking like is I'm just going to continue to run this script every week and continue to report bugs on people until they actually decide to make a real change here. But I don't know. I'm not satisfied with their response. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's that. So that's one part of news for today. Hey, what's up, RKJ? Hello. Good to see you again. Sup, nerds? By the way, how did the interview go? I felt like it went fine. I was so exhausted afterwards. I was actually pretty tired by the last interview. You know how on stream I usually go through 1 glass of water an hour? This was, let's see, it stretched from 10 o'clock to 3. So it was a 1, 2. It was only 5 hours, which, oh my god, it felt like so much longer than 5 hours. But I went through 10 glasses of water during my entire interview, so I was like almost double the pace of what I do on stream. So I was definitely talking a lot more because there was a lot of stuff that I need to a lot more stuff I needed to elaborate on, and I was definitely talking significantly faster than what I do on stream to try and get as much stuff in. Because in some ways, like, the amount of time that you're given in an interview is not enough to actually convince people that you know what you're talking about. So often that means you need to talk more. But I felt like it wasn't hard, which is maybe, I don't know, maybe a good sign, maybe a bad sign. Like, I think almost all of you in the chat could have solved the programming question that was asked. It was not harder than like day 1 or day 2 of Advent of Code. Like, I think any of you could have solved it, and so that part would have been easy for all you. The rest of it, was all about like design and experience and that sort of stuff, so it wasn't quite that. What's up, KubaKL1? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. But yeah, interview yesterday. After the interview, I just like collapsed and laid in bed for the rest of the day. I was so exhausted. Which meant that I forgot to do my exercise and I forgot to record it. So I got like fuck all done yesterday other than interviewing. But yeah, at least I got that done. Hey, what's up, Doozy? Welcome back. Good to see you again. I satisfied says couldn't hear you this whole time. Trying to figure out what was wrong and I had the tab muted. Yeah, I've done that before. But like, what is wrong with my muted site? My bad. Yo says, what was this bug? Is this the one you didn't elaborate on? Yes, indeed. I will be making a video about it, so you'll see the whole gory details in a clickbaity video coming into the future. Or coming future. I don't know when it'll be out, but I'll probably try and record it this weekend. We'll see. Hey, what's up? It's Noik. Noyc. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. The answer says, oh cool, I tested Sphinx for the first time. Let me tell you my opinions about RST and Sphinx. Sphinx, I'm sure, is a great tool. I'm sure it works great. Whatever. RST, I'm sure it's a great way to represent documentation. Whatever. I, for the life of me, cannot get 1, good error messages out of Sphinx, and 2, write RST without having to look up the damn syntax for every fucking line that I write. And 3, I can never remember whether it's 1 backtick or 2 backticks or 3 backticks or a colon with a backticks or 2 colons or 4 colons or I don't fucking know. I can never get it right in RST. Like, Markdown is like 100% simpler than RST and much, much easier to write and much more accessible to individuals to write. And RST feels like I'm banging my head against LaTeX again, and, I have college professors screaming behind me, why are you not writing LaTeX? And I'm like, because I'd rather get laid. Or, that's not the right answer. But, I just don't want to write RST, and I'm sure Sphinx is great tech, and I'm sure the people behind it are great, but, like, it's not fun to write RST for me. And the reason that I'm dealing with RST at all here is I'm trying to build the documentation for CPython so that I can distribute packages for dead snakes, and like 95% of the maintenance that I do for dead snakes is unfucking the documentation build. Things just like, here, I'll show you. I will show you dead snakes Python 3.10. So Ubuntu 2004 is a relatively modern operating system. It was released in, the year 2020 and April of that year. And so it roughly has long-term support packages from about this time, which, by now are about, 8 months old? 8-ish months old packages. So in 8 months, Sphinx has gone from version 1.8.5 to version 3.4. So 2 major version bumps and at least, 5 or 6 minor bumps and probably 20 or 30 feature or patch bumps. App catch search Sphinx Python 3 Sphinx or apt cache show Python 3 Sphinx grab version. Yeah, so the version in 2004, which isn't that old, is 1.8.5. Now, the version that CPython claims to support is 1.8. Workspace CPython doc conf. Okay, there we go. So the minimum version of CPython is 1.8. So you would kind of expect that, Python tests against this minimum version and builds against it, but they don't. In development, they just use the latest version of Sphinx, and so features that the latest version of Sphinx supports creep in all the time. And this causes lots of breakages, at least in 2004, but you gotta imagine like 1604 and 1804 are even older than 2004, and so they have much older versions of Sphinx. And so they have even more patches that are required to make the documentation build. But anyway, most of the time that I spend building packages for dead snakes is in patching the documentation build to make things work again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's another one in here too. That's not this. I'd have to check series to find it because it's not numbered. No, I guess these are all mine. So I've had to make, and this is just for Python 3.10. So this is just in the last couple months. 3.10 is in alpha, so there's been 4 alpha releases. I've had to make 4 patches. This is the most recent one where I had to remove this line so that the docs will build, because this is a brand new feature that came in Sphinx 3.2, which is only a few months old. And, couldn't build the docs without this change. This one, for instance, this file produces a warning in Sphinx 1.8, and so you have to mark it as orphaned, otherwise it errors and says, this thing is not included anywhere. So this was needed to build that. This one, I have to disable the HTML theme because it's not installable, for instance. This was a change that was made in 2020 also. This change actually isn't necessary. I do this to make it so that I can build this on 1604. But another directive that's like this. But like, pulling the documentation is a real pain in the ass. So I'm strongly considering not shipping the docs builds anymore, just because I spend so much time on them, and I feel like people don't actually use them. I actually collected some statistics on this morning. So if you use dead snakes and want to know stuff about those, please or like want to have an opinion about this, please comment on this tweet, retweet it, etc. But here's the statistics I collected. So I downloaded all of the download statistics for all the packages. This is also interesting if you want to look at this, which I thought was pretty cool. It shows all of the different packages that have been downloaded and the counts for dead snakes. And this is publicly available information, so it's not like it's secret or whatever. But you can see that there are 3.2 million downloads of packages, of Python packages from dead snakes. And if we look at the docs build, there's only 23,000, which represents 0.7% of the downloads. So almost all of Very few of the downloaded packages are actually the documentation, so my assertion is that people don't actually use them, so I'm hoping to delete them. But anyway, that's this, so let people know about that. Comment on that if you use those. But I'm likely going to stop supporting them because they're a fucking pain in the ass. But anyway, sorry about that rant. Now I'm 10 minutes behind on chat. Let me catch up. Let's see. Sameboss says, that's so stupid. The only thing they cause by behavior like this is having people exploit bugs instead of reporting them. Exactly! That is the point that I want to bring up in my YouTube video, which is like, bug bunnies, you're doing it wrong, essentially. Don't let them heck you over again. Only 5 hours. Some interviews are even longer than that, so it happens. Yeah, 10 glasses of water, I satisfied. Thirsty boy, yeah, it was very... Well, I was talking a lot, so I had to do that. Hey, what's up, Nick Schnitt? How's it going? Good to see you. Hello, hello. If you were just spammed bang water, yeah. Was it swapping 4 and 7? You know, actually, now that you mention that, I think it would be kind of a cool video to show, you know, all of the silly ways that you could solve that problem. Interview questions, swapping 4 and 7. Just because there's like a hilarious... Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. God damn it. I wanted a video idea. Video idea. There we go. ASCII doc. I've tried ASCII doc. I feel like it's better, but also like doesn't have as much adoption. Laid tech. Wait, I'm not getting laid because I write RST. First thing I installed is the Markdown extensions. No RSTs for this doc. Nice, exactly. Okay, then it's probably fine for you. Also, I'm pretty sure someone would love to sleep with you using LaTeX. Yeah, probably. 2020 outdated garbage. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Kimmy GW? Hello. There must have been some serious development. So many versions. Oh, you mean of the Dead Snake stuff or of Sphinx? Probably of Sphinx because this is from 6 minutes ago. Yeah, it's very actively developed. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Red Sky 1? Hello. Good to see you again. And Jitoho. Hello. Welcome back. They're actually at 2204 in their calendar versioning scheme. From the future. Hey, what's up, Tubeworm? Hello. Michaela says, hi, weeb. I guess like Dante says, couldn't you build the docs with the latest Sphinx install regardless of the system version, or is it built used during the Dead Snakes install? So, it's built against the particular set of system packages, which I could make a bunch of like divergences from the upstream documentation build in order to do all of that stuff. But by diverging from the upstream, I actually incur more maintenance work. So I would have to build my own custom build that uses, you know, PyPI instead of the Debian packaging stack for that. And I don't really want to rip out the core parts of the Debian packaging because it's going to create... It might work better for one single release, but every time I need to update, I tend to start from the scratch packages and add the patches on afterwards, and so that would just be one more thing for me to do. But ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a weeb. I just firmly believe that harem anime is the pinnacle of culture. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, 0.7%, right, initiative? Like, essentially 0. Hey, what's up? Hey, it's LGG. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. Aren't you always 10 minutes behind in chat? Usually it's 15. Yikes. Hey, what's up? They call me Tojo. Hello. Good to see you again. Welcome. 11 minus N Kappa. Yeah. Hey, what's up, MSR? Hello. Duty says, hey, Anthony, is there best practice to write a test on a module that has a command line interface and a final output? It's always slightly different to the input. Should I just split up the script in many different functions or write tests for the single functions? That's a good question. Interestingly enough, I actually wrote the very first explains video is about testing a Python command line application. Now, this video doesn't quite satisfy exactly what you're talking about in your particular case because you have a little bit of a variable output. But one thing that you could do with that is if your output follows a particular pattern, you could, retrieve the output using this strategy that's gone over in this video here, and then use regular expressions to test that something fits a particular pattern. And this is actually how some of the tests happen in like pre-commit, for example. I actually wrote a library that makes this a little bit easier to do, because sometimes seeing assertion errors for did this regex match are really, really bad. Because you don't really know where the regex failed to match. But I wrote this library called reassert. It's not I couldn't think of a good name, so this was the shortest goodish name that I came up with. But the entire point of this library is to show where a regex match failed. And so it provides a match object that overrides equality, so you can use it in PyTest assertions. And it also has this assert matches method if you don't want to do it that way. So if you're using PyTest assertions, you'll get an output that looks something like this when things don't match. Or if you use the assert method, which actually this is cute and kind of obnoxious. So I don't really like this. I actually kind of prefer this assert matches approach instead. So what this does is, it prints out an assertion error and shows your input string with a little caret that points at the position in your string where the match failed. But yeah, actually, funny thing about this library, I came up with this idea as I was falling asleep on my vacation in Paris, in France. And I sat up in bed and tried to implement this crazy ass thing, and I got it working, which was kind of cool. But this was I made this library on vacation sort of thing. You're so far back in chat, I don't even know what you're responding to. Oh no. I'm only 4 minutes behind now. It's not so bad. How's it going, LGGs? Sorry, I'm slow to catch up. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. He must be cheating. Set today, training couple with chat, impossible challenge. MSR says, it's been a while. Is Solus's 12-hour stream already done? No, I have 3 12-hour streams that I owe people MSR, 3 of them. Solus's is probably gonna happen in March, and I'm gonna try and do 1 in January and 1 in February, in theory. Also, the best Python library is uwupy. What is uwupy? It doesn't exist. Initiative. You've led me astray. I was expecting to find uwupy, but it doesn't exist. Thank you. That helps me out. Yeah, no problem. iSatisfied says, can I request you implement a copy feature in Babby? There is one, kind of, already. Or at least this is how I do copying. So if I want to copy this line, you can cut and uncut. Oops. Cut and uncut. And then it copies it. The other thing is if you have a selection, you can also cut and uncut the selection. That's how I do copy and paste. I don't know how copy would work, but it would probably be similar. Figure out a keybind for it that's not terrible, and we can probably make it happen. It would probably just use the same code as the cut and uncut functionality. What Juice expected, romantic vacation in Paris, what Juice got, Anthony creating Python packages in bed. This was before I had met Juice. This was a long time ago. Trying to catch up with chat, impossible challenge. Chat speed run 100%, yeah. Have you ever written your own regex thingy? I know one of the days in the advent of code, a lot of the comments about it had people mentioning their own regex engine or something. Sounded complicated. I did write my own. It wasn't really, I guess in a way, the way that I thought about this thing that I wrote, the way that I thought about this thing that I wrote was as a regex engine, but it was really a token pattern matching library. But I called it token regex, TRE. TRE, a token regex, a regular pattern matching library for tokens. And the idea behind it was you could define, a match, a star, an or, and a pattern, and have way to match these particular patterns. None of these. This it's actually pretty dead simple. Like this is the entire code of it. 120 odd lines to implement match and search. And I actually don't think it has search. And then my tokenizer here creates these tokens. These are just the regexes. Where's the actual tokens? Tokenizer. Okay, this is the tokenization part. So this isn't actually the regular expression part. Hey, what's up, Shawnid? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. I assume it's in here. Yeah, here we go. So here's some particular patterns. Like this is a new line followed by some number of spaces or a comment. Or some number of spaces and then a comment. So it could be either a new line or spaces and comments. So this is an end of the line pattern. This is either a comma or the end of the line. This is an indent or a new line or a comment. And I use this to implement my parser thingy thing. But this is probably the closest I've come to writing my own regex engine. But I guess you could consider this as kind of writing my own regex engine. However, this is just bindings for someone else's regex engine. But this was necessary to implement syntax highlighting my text editor. So this is kind of like implementing my own regex engine. Not really though. I have contributed to the actual underlying library, so maybe that counts. I don't know. Do the February 12th stream on the 8th. Oh, the 12-hour stream on the 8th. 8th of February? That's Moon Day. How would I do it on a Moon Day? Oh shit, 3? Yeah. It's not been added to PyPI and doesn't even have a README on GitHub yet. That's cut, not copy? Yeah, it's true. You deserve that bonk, Michaela. Rainwatch says, hey Anthony, are you flexing with Babby's features? I mean, not really flexing, I'm just showing how it works. Two says, Cyberpunk taught me it's actually penis 1 and penis 2. Colon re. Yeah, it was a regex for the colon. I know about cut, but sometimes just a copy would be nice. I was thinking the key binding would be Control J. Which is unbound right now. I think the problem with Control J. What's the problem with Control J? I think there's a problem with Control J. I forget what it is though. Babby. Well, for one, it's already used a bunch in the test. Enter is not transformed into backend, so it can differentiate from tick L or caret L. I guess no and L probably makes these two different characters. I mean, one thing that would have to change is the test suite currently uses Control J as a character that is unbound. So that is definitely possible. What else do we have that it could be? Control L is also open as well. Oh no, chatbot died. Is Twitch having trouble again? Is Twitch having trouble again, chat? Oh, not again. I'm not dropping frames, so it was just like not being able to connect to the chat here for some reason. This is just in the socket connection for main, so this isn't in any of the special code. I don't know what happened here. I don't know why it got kicked, but something happened there. Also, I learned that the star in regex is called a clean star because of who came up with it, and it's like not pronounced the way I expect. Oh, how is that pronounced? K-L-E-N-E. It's a unary operator on sets of strings. How do you pronounce it? Oh, I didn't want to click on that. Maybe Wikipedia has a pronunciation. Nope. Why would it have pronunciation? How to pronounce this person's name? Huh. I mean, that sounds the same as what I said. Wrong, 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 wrong. It's Cleany. I see. Anyway. Stop counts sesame balls. Oh my god. Apparently there is shooting in the White House right now. So yeah. The shit seems to be real bad at the moment. Yeah. So hopefully everything turns out alright, but shit is fucking wild at the moment. Yeah, that makes me want to work on my parsery stuff more, but my brain just won't comprehend stuff. Oh no. Regex space, syntax highlighting, you. Well, it's the same stuff that like VS Code and Atom and all the other, you know, text editors, except for I guess Atom has switched to tree sitter for the most part. But yeah, it's to implement the TextMate stuff. But yeah, if I would have written Babby syntax highlighting probably 2 months later, I would have done tree sitter instead of TextMate, but unfortunately not. Peasant editor. I kill it. It was right after Michaela said Rue 4. Which was I don't know where. But for some reason it died. I don't know why it died. Yeah, I don't know what caused it. Connection reset by peer usually means that Twitch disconnected it. Not it wasn't a bug in the bot. A bug in the bot is caught by the thing, and it'll actually just tell you that it'll tell you the exception type and all that other stuff. Isn't there always shooting in the U.S.? Shit's on fire. Go, yeah, right, Ernyok? A friend of mine texted me like, if you want to see a riot, turn it on CNN. Yeah. I tried always showing it on a stream. Ah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Trees to the pog. Okay. Anyway, got him on chat. So, what I want to do today is look into what a marketplace application on GitHub, what the webhooks for that look like, and what I need to implement for pre-commit.ci in order to subscribe to them. Hey, what's up, Rexica14? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. So GitHub Marketplace webhooks. I think for the most part, all the changes that'll happen in order to be marketplace enabled are just going to be in the primary application, and I won't need to do anything in the back end because there's nothing really different there, and credentials are already hidden away from everything else. Hey, what's up, Bako? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. Presumably this is what I need to look at. He caught up, he's not even, chat's not even trying. He's a liar! A liar! Yeah. Post events and special letters, blah 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 blah. Cancellations and downgrades take effect on the first day of the next billing cycle. Events for downgrades and cancellations are sent when the new plan takes effect at the beginning of the next billing cycle. Events for new purchases and upgrades begin immediately. Use the effective date on the webhook payload to determine when a change will begin. Okay, so this is the webhook we need to implement, which has an action. Okay, so presumably, I hope there's a way to test this because, yeah, if not, this is gonna suck. Make sure we're up to date here. pre-commit.ci web app. let's see, installation stuff. Here we probably want GitHub, webhook, marketplace, purchase, and there's going to be a bunch of actions here. Note the pending change and pending change cancels payload contains the same keys as shown in the changed paylog. Christ. Okay, so we have to handle all of these. So purchased, canceled, pending change, canceled, changed, canceled, pending change, canceled and changed. Okay, so those are all the webhooks we need to implement, presumably, to make this work. Oh, I should probably do something on the screen so you can see it. Pre-commit.ci web app. Stacking decorators is a really nice feature in Python. Yeah, the thing is, it's really confusing for a lot of people. Actually, have I done a video about decorator stacking? 3 other videos. Because it runs in an order you might not expect. I have not done one. Video, idea, decorators, stacking. Deck factory, and I'm not gonna type in and take this, that's gonna take too long. I will show you in chat. Import functools. Functools dot wraps func def deck back decorator inner star quarks. Star quarks. Turn deck fac decorator inner return deck back decorator. And we'll just put prints at all the levels so you can see what happens. So if I do deck fac 1, 2, 3, and we have a func. I'm gonna call it with, 5 or whatever. So the way this actually works is the function gets defined first, then this decorator gets called, then this decorator gets called, then this decorator gets called. And so what that should do is it should wrap this function with 3, then wrap it with 2, then wrap it with 1. So we should get this printing 3 times, 3, 2, 1. Actually, this printing, then this printing. Wait, no. I think we get this printing 1, 2, 3, and then we get 3, 2, 1 on this, and then we should get 3, 2, 1, then this. I think. I'm not quite sure the order of the module scope, but I'm pretty sure that's what it does. Yeah. Oh, actually, this ends up in order at the end. Oh, right, because it's before matching. So these get called in order, then the decorators get called inside out, and then because they're called inside out, the order is restored at the end. So this wraps first, then second, then third. And the number of confusing bugs I've seen because of this is, I mean, this pattern doesn't happen all that often, but I've seen a lot of confusing bugs because of this. But yeah. Anyway, it is a thing. Stacking decorators scares the shit out of me. Video idea wc-l. I should probably do video idea wc command. Yeah, I'll do a video about the wc command. You okay, bot? Okay, good. Jamal says, do you know how to program in x86 assembly? I mean, I could figure it out. I've written other even lower level assembly that doesn't have nice things like x86 does. I need to implement cat function in assembly. So you need to open a file and print it. So the problem with implementing cat in pure assembly is you are going to need to interface with the file system, and the easiest way to interface with the file system is to use libc. And loading libc in pure assembly is going to be an interesting time. You could, of course, replicate the functionality of libc in your assembly and like issue the actual system calls to say, "Hey, operating system, give me a file handle," and do all of that stuff. I don't actually know what syscall you would use for that though. But the actual hard part of implementing that in assembly isn't the assembly part; it's the figure out the right syscall stuff. This is going to be the libc function, probably. Yeah, these are the libc functions, so... this actually doesn't help you know what syscall is going to happen here. Actually, maybe no, this is the right syscall. This is the syscall portion. So you would, I guess, use openat. It'll give you back an integer. You would use the integer that it gives you, and then do that instead. Your other option, and which is probably easier if you don't actually want to write the assembly yourself, is to write the program in C or C++ or whatever, and run the compiler up until the point where it spits out the assembly. So I think it's gcc-s man gcc -s stop after the stage of compilation proper, do not assemble. Oh, you can't read it because it's off screen. There we go. So this will give you the assembly output here. Well, you could do something like that. Let's see if we can do it in C++. fstream. We also need iostream. And cat would be ifstream f int argc char star. Yeah, sure. For argv, where did the extra star go? And then what? You need to read from this file and write it out to standard out. So you would, I don't know, there's probably a read all if we want to be lazy or read as a block. I guess you would do while f MSR, thank you for the resub 6 months in a row and 7 total. Oh no! Oh no, you just redeemed another one! I really need to change the price on that so that... doesn't get renewed as much, because oh my god, where am I gonna get all the time to do all these 12-hour streams? Where's their... get line, that doesn't sound like what I want. That's to read into a string. Read a block of data. N is a number, so I can do f.read, I don't know, 4096 bytes. Something like that. Return 0. F was not declared in scope. No max sharing function call. Read int. Oh, I gotta read it into a buffer. Ugh. Here, buff 4096. F.read 4096. Too many pointers. This is already an array. What am I doing? Don't need a pointer. Oh god. Hey, what's up, Fiskin AI? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. Extracts end characters and store them in an array. The function simply copies. Lup! Thank you for the resub with Prime 3 months in a row and 3 total. That means you get a fancy new badge, Lup. If the input sequence runs out of characters to extract before end characters, the array as contains all the characters up until that point, and both the EOF and fail bit are set for the stream. Internally, the function accesses input sequence. How do you know if it gets some characters but not all of them? The number of characters successfully read by this function is accessed by the calling the member G count. Why do I not remember files being this fucking awful? Okay, so we want to call this call, and then ask if G count is greater than 0. F.G count is greater than 0. This is going to generate some terrible assembly, now that I think about it. Hey, it definitely fucking works. Wait, why did it print some like weird ELF shit at the beginning? Where is this coming from? What part about this code is 0 the buffer? It shouldn't matter. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. I know what it is. It's this. We're counting ourselves. Anyway, there we have a functioning version of cat. And here's the assembly for it. Wow, it's way longer than I expected it to be. Probably because it links in lib standard C++. So you could probably get this without C++ by doing this in C. Do we port this terrible thing to C? Sure, why not? T.C to T.C. Let's see, standard io.h. I think that's all we need. This code is mostly the same. We need a file. I've not worked with files in C. File, fopen C. Actually, we want open too, right? Because we want to do the syscall directly instead of yeah, we want to call open directly, which means we need this stuff instead of the libc stuff. Also, dang it, I'm so far behind in chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're down such a rabbit hole. Look what you've done, Jama. The joke was, I want to see how long your idea list was. Oh, yeah. I need a pacifier or like a fidget spinner for my face. Oh no. Did you see the graph that I posted on Dixord about the length of the explains chart or explains thing over time? This is the length of the explains ideas wiki page over time. Pretty consistently up and to the right. I need to write it myself. It's for school. I can't use dash s. Well, you can at least look at how dash s does it. It's perhaps even easier to use Godbolt. I mean, yeah, probably Chard. Godbolt doesn't work. Should work fine. The school's asking you to do it. I'm guessing you should have learned enough at this point to be able to do it. Yeah, that would hope. I would hope that would be the thing. It's really have exponential back off? Yeah, maybe. RD buff? Maybe. I'd open a file in assembler and modify it. We're not gonna do that. Can we just steal this shit? Yeah, probably. Hey, hello again, Lep Lep. Quality C development kick W. Just NZL says probably Babby. Wait, what? This is C++ at all. Anthony, you moldy graybeard. Hey Juice, how's it going? Today's crazy. Successfully nerds type. It's true, it's true. How do you get the entire read buffer? Does that work for very, very large files, Gayla? I feel like that doesn't work for large files, unless rdbuff returns a string. rdbuff. rdbuff. Pointer to the stream buff. Yeah, this is for the internal stream buffer. This won't work for large files. This is because C++ is buffered. But if you have a very, very large file, your code won't work. What's the y-axis? Number of lines. WC-L, essentially. Things are rabbit hole again. Yeah, no, it's good, it's good. Okay, where is open syscall? Int flags, path flags. Okay. What flags do we want? Oh, read only. Like so. What's up, Black Avatar? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. Do they have an example in here? Probably not. Oh, we should check for errors, but probably not. We won't bother with errors. Let's see. Fread syscall. Let's see. Read is a low-level unbuffered read. It makes a direct system call. Fread is part of the C library. Okay, so we want read. Read, man page. Read 2, that's what we want. In unist.h. Oh, I guess we probably get a file descriptor. And so then what do we do? Read is void and count and size t. Let's see. While, can I do this? S size t. Actually, I don't need to do that. While read fd. Oh, we would need to write to standard error. I guess we can do that using the standard error file descriptor. Into a buffer fd buff 4096. Well, this we're gonna use walrus because fuck it. It's greater than 0. Is there a right to? Right to file descriptor. Okay. Right. What is standard error? Standard out file descriptor. Should be 0, right? Or 1? Standard out 1. Right to 1 buff and n. Hey. Not much shorter. Although there's a bunch of like garbage in here. Here's the open call. Why didn't this get simplified down further? What if we O3 this? Ignoring return value of right declared with warn unused result. Why did it only warn me when I did O3? Not much simpler. Anyway, we got it working. Let's see. Party buff worked for me when it was a 2500 line file. I'm not sure where to get a bigger one. I'm lazy and brainless. I mean, just copy that file a bunch of times. Yeah, what's up, Noob404? Hello, hello. Juice says, do not write, but there's a coup attempt going on, so I've been glued to the news. Yeah, it's true. LGG says, anyone know what API is used for displaying the Twitch chat in the shell? If you do, bang bot. Oh, thank you, Michaela. There you go. It's my chatbot. We need a walrus counter. Technically, it doesn't have a walrus, but it's a side effect as part of an if statement, which is pretty common in C, so I feel like it's not the worst, I guess. Technically, I should have a while loop here, counting down this n, because this could print not the same number of bytes as this read call happened here, because the write to standard out could be blocking in some way. So there's, you know, you have to worry about sig pipe and a whole bunch of other shit too, but I just didn't bother. Is this just while getcar putcar? Kind of, except getcar and putcar is going to issue a syscall for every byte, and that's going to be really, really slow. And so you want to read in blocks instead. Walrus equals W3 schools opening. He said car instead of care. I mean, I say care star. I don't think I said car. I might have said read car, get car, put car. Get care, put care? I don't fucking know. I think I'm inconsistent in this. How do you pronounce standard string? This is my, like, newest favorite stupid joke, which is where somebody asks in text, how do you pronounce something? And then you just reply in text. Dumb joke, but it's one of my new favorites. Anyway, I'm gonna go fill up my water. I will be right back, and I will see you in a bit. Hello. I'm back. Oh my, what happened in chat while I was gone? Basilius says so many people say stood. Stood string? Really? I've never heard that one. I've heard STD string. Also it's the drop song chat. But yeah, I have not heard stood string. I've heard STD string, which um God, I'm just remembering back in college when I was in a C++ class and having a professor read code out loud and repeatedly say STD, and we kept track of the number of times that she had said STD on a little counter on a piece of paper and tracked it over days because we were immature children. But yeah. I think the PBS news people just got us. Holy shit. What? Also, I just realized why the construction sounds so much louder outside my house. My window was open. I wouldn't close my window. Some lady with a bullhorn just got in her face and accused her of lying. You're a liar! Police have found at least one What the fuck? This is so messed up. I missed the start of the drop song? Damn it. Damn it, Rollers. How's it going? Good to see you. STD string, childish giggles ensue. Yeah, right, Noob 44? It's a lot of STDs, it's true. MSR says, I have updated Windows and now I get a blue screen on every reboot. Oh no. CSRF is CSurf. I have heard CSurf, but almost everyone that I've talked to about CSRF calls it CSRF. But yeah. What am I supposed to click on? What do you want me to click on, Michaela? Your Reddit image? Me playing Pokemon, right? 5 stages of acceptance of unskippable cutscenes. Escape, space, enter, click, anchor. It's true. It's true. That was me playing Pokemon. Okay, anyway. I don't know why I wrote a bunch of C and C++. What are you, T.Py? Oh yeah, the decorator thing. Which, holy butts, is going to be a fun one to explain when I get through the video. I guess it makes sense. It builds these 3 calls first, then calls the decorators outward, inward, and then that builds a function where the outer one gets called first, then second, then third. This all makes sense. Okay, we're good. Now remember to put semicolons in your Python after all that. See, yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna be writing semicolons for a bit. I need to rename this repository to web at some point, which actually is going to be a real pain in the ass to deploy now that I think about it. Because I'm going to have to change the namespace and the packages and... Ugh. Okay, so let's look at these marketplace events, figure out what they're all about, and go from there. Each marketplace payload. Okay, we got action. We have effective date, sender, the person who took the action, marketplace purchase, the marketplace purchase information. This contains the account, the organization or user account associated with the subscriptions. Organization accounts include the organization billing address, blah, 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 blah. Define email addresses for personal accounts. You can use this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Billing cycle. I don't really care about that. I don't care about this either. I do care about this, I guess, maybe next billing date. I don't really care about much of this. I just care whether they have a plan or not, right? How do I find the installation? Like, I assume plans are associated with installations. Let's see if we can find it in here. Purchase, sender, what about the sender, account ID. Huh. Why would they implement it like this? This means I need to add another fucking index. Why would they implement it like this? This is so dumb. It would be so much better if it was keyed on the installation ID. That's the entire fucking point of having a GitHub app, is to have an installation ID, not a org account ID. That's so dumb. That's fucking stupid. Okay, well, that at least tells us some stuff, I guess. Don't forget those curly braces, yeah. GCC's not mad, just disappointed. Run future import braces, yeah, exactly. I've actually been meaning to do that as well. Video idea, Python, Easter eggs. I think I'm gonna do a video about each of the Easter egg stuff. My dumbass just closed Chrome. Whoops. The day when Control W started closed browsers was my favorite. Yeah, I use that for search in Babby, so I close a lot of browsers on accident as well. At least it's now just like close tab, so I actually do use this now in tabs now that I think about it. But yeah. The answer says, do you have stats on how much the disk cache reduced the runtime of pre-commit.ci? I don't have stats. I could calculate them, kind of. I don't have a cheap way of querying my database at the moment, so I don't really have a good way to look at wait time over time. But I will be putting in better observability stuff. I do know that it should, well, actually I don't know. I assume that has decreased my S3 usage, but again, I don't have S3 stats on either. We could kind of, what could I do? I could enable, let's see, S3 CloudWatch. Well, actually, what was it? Terraform S3 bucket. S3 bucket. We could turn on the monitoring for S3. S3 bucket metric? No, we looked at this. This one? I think that's what we want. Bucket name filter. Metrics configuration. You receive 1 minute CloudWatch metrics, set CloudWatch norms, blah blah blah. The bucket level by default. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn this on. Just because. Yeah, I think it will be useful. Yeah, let's do that. Then we can actually kind of visualize the caching at work and see when misses happen. I did notice one of the instances restarted yesterday, so if we let's see what. Oh, we're already prod. Describe instances. Describe instances. Grep public. I think this is the old one. It's the old instance. Yeah, okay. So this is the instance that's been up since the auto update happened. So you can see it hasn't yet reached the cache maximum. And it's been 3 days and it ran every single repository. So, well, it ran about half of every single repository. And it's, less than 600 megabytes. So this is, it's doing well. I think the cache maximum is set to 1 gig, so it has quite a bit of headroom here. before it hits a limit like that. So this one's going well. If we look at the other IP, this box, so if we look at uptime here, we're looking at 3 days and 15 hours. If we go to this other box and we run the same command here, we are looking at 230 megabytes, and this has been up for a day and 6 hours. So the disk cache is working well, at least. I know that part. I know it's not broken. But let's look at installing the actual thing here. I didn't know about From Future Import Braces. Yeah, that one's pretty good, right? Hey, what's up, Preox? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. Import Anti-Gravity, that's another good one. Umstar says, greetings from Mexico. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Umstar. Is that like Pokemon, but different? S3 data. We want a resource, AWS S3 bucket metric. And this probably takes bucket name and bucket and name. Is name required? It is. Unique identifier for the metrics configuration for the bucket. Filter is optional. Yeah. So the bucket is AWS S3 bucket.s3 data bucket. And name equals... I wish Terraform would just generate one for me. I don't really care what to name this. Seems like it could default to something. I don't know why it requires a thing. Important blue documents. Okay. Sure, entire bucket. Do Mexicans get angry when you say they speak Portuguese the same way Brazilians when you say Spanish? I mean, isn't Spanish an official language in Brazil? So shouldn't be that mad. Kisser says, if you have several metrics, each with a filter, one of them just filters the important blue documents. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I understand what the example does. I just thought it was funny that they were like, we're just looking for the important documents that are also blue. Like, I mean, it was I was laughing at the absurdity of the example because it was extremely unrealistic, but also amusing in the way that they had phrased it. Priak says, fun to see you poking more at Terraform, gives me hope. I've been hitting my face against stubborn Lambda setups all day. I feel like my Lambda setup actually isn't that bad. BS reports would be more fitting. Yeah, I think that would have been less like, what the hell is a blue document? Why have you tagged your documents as blue? Let's see. S3 bucket metrics. I guess we can do TF plan first. All resource blocks must have 2 labels. That's a good thing that I did that first, I guess. I forgot to give it its proper label here. I've also learned that I cannot rename this resource here because it causes this resource to get deleted. Because my new naming scheme is to call this just data, not S3 data, but can't have nice things. Plan. So examples are good examples, yeah. Brazil speaks Portuguese, Anthony. Angry face. He doesn't know what a blue document is? Oh no. What is a blue document? He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells? It's like that's a meme of some sort about like poop scooping with shells, right? Is that what that one's about? I don't know. Get off my damn lawn, Michaela. My Lambda setup wouldn't be that bad if I could just get Terraform to see the source scripts have changed and trigger an update. Oh, so the thing is, Terraform intentionally does not manage the contents of your Lambda. The You can make it do that by scheduling a refresh on the contents based on the other thing, but the expectation is that you'll do your deployment using a deployment system and not using Terraform. I'm actually really happy that Terraform doesn't redeploy my Lambda all the time, because that would be not so great. Be metrics for the cover sheets of the TPS reports. It's true, it's true. We call blue documents unrealistic, but when I worked in retail, we literally called out documents by color because all pick labels were printed on red paper. Oh no, that's great. Okay, this looks good now. Git status, git commit-m, enable metrics for the data bucket. Git push origin head. This sucks. This sucks. Then I have to make new indices for this. I mean, it sucks, but also it's how I have to make money. So fuck it. Yes. I also have not merged my T3 micro PR because I think it's going to make pre-commit lower. Actually, I don't think it's going to make pre-commit slower. I think it's going to make it faster, but I think it's going to make it run out of memory. Must be a command line command to make those PRs? There is, but I mean, sometimes I want to change the description. Sometimes I want to change the title. So it's not actually going to save me time. It's just going to make me frustrated. And configuring some whack-ass command line tool. Like, I could use GitHub's command line tool or hub or whatever. But I'd rather not. I get that I'm finding the flow and tweaking hash checks and learning. Unfortunately, the deployment system I'm forced to use leaves me sad. Yeah, I can imagine that. Oh no, my password is Control C or Control V. No, ugh. Remember me, not to forget. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Keystar, that's exactly what I was talking about. I don't want to use that tool. It's entirely unnecessary. I think only without the panda emotes. Yeah, you don't have your real emotes, 2 point. Yeah, that is a big ass rue there, Michaela. Okay, this looks good. It's the same plan we just looked at, so let's merge this. I'm gonna apply it in dev and then run a run and then see what we get. Also, I want to make sure that it doesn't just break everything, because that would be wunderbar. Okay, so we should have that's prod. We want to do want to do dev first, not prod. That's the same plan that we got before. Give me bootin. Bootin click. I should have done this last stream when I was talking about this and talking about doing it. That way I would have already had numbers. And I wouldn't be able to see the machine restart, hopefully, on the graph. Mr. Prod then dev seems good. No. I don't know what this weird Unicode character is that it prints at the beginning of the end. It seems like a bug. But my guess is that everyone else who has seen this Unicode character and noticed it has just been like, whatever. That's probably normal. My guess is they used it as a marker for the beginning and the end of the output. I don't know. Anyway. That's print. No, it's not a byte order marker, Keysor. It's... You wouldn't ever put it at the end if it were that. It's probably their own proprietary output delimiter. Which, if you can figure out the character or the byte sequence... actually, we can probably get it from the raw log. Let's see. Where is this file? Ah, damn it. Show in folder. Okay. It is in my downloads. Well, we will copy it onto Linux instead. Uh, 003. The character is 003. Let's see. ASCII table. 003 is start of text. Oh no, end of text. Oh, it's characters that are intentionally designed for this. So my guess is there's a STX character at the top and an ETX character at the end. I wonder what would happen. I wonder what happened if you print out the end of text character at the end, or somewhere in the middle. I wonder what Terraform would do with that. It's 002. This definitely says 003. I mean, there is a 002 at the beginning. No, there's definitely a 003 byte at the end, and there's definitely a 002 byte at the beginning. Keysor. I don't know what you're talking about. There are two different bytes. Do it, QA the heck out of it? Maybe. We'll see. Easily 2 with my password. GitHub. Paste. Log into the bar and order -1 beers. Watch it burn. Let's try and put 03. Yeah, that was what I was thinking, Random Neo. That would be how to mess with this. Before we do that, let us make sure that a run still succeeds here. And then we can actually look at the metrics of this in S3. We'll even make it do 2 runs. Sure, why not? By putting white space at the end. Is Twitch chat broken again? The bot's working. Twitch was having some sort of trouble earlier. I was getting kicked from Twitch chat. Also, it's been eerily quiet for a while. Let's see if Twitch support is mad on Twitter. Twitter.com, Twitch support. Have they said anything yet? Nope, not since January 2nd. Let's see if we search for Twitch on Twitter. Looks like people just chilling their streams, not like, oh my god, Twitch is down. I can't talk in chat, which is what happened last time. So, probably fine. Probably. I can be louder, says Preox. Hello, hello world. Too many hellos? Where have you been? Noob44. Are you following the news? Roughly. I know that there is a coup going on at the moment, which is not great. I'm like confused how they got organized. Like what's going to come of it. Dev. To log into the development account. Is fun. And in theory, we should have CloudWatch metrics, right? Oh, we have the new dashboard, which is a little bit annoying. Metrics. The panic last time was amazing. Most of y'all don't remember the Twitch apocalypse of 2013. When Eddie Ruckus sang to the death of Twitch. Oh my goodness. No, I don't remember that at all. Do we need to update double under hello? Yeah, we do. That should really say hello, hello world. Bold of you to assume, but yes, in theory. Right up here. 4 metrics in S3. That probably means we got... No, we didn't get new metrics. Where are my metrics? Did it say they're aggregated daily or some shit? 1 minute metrics. These 1 minute metrics are enabled on the bucket level by default. If you wish to get request metrics for the objects in a bucket, you must create a metrics config for the bucket. Also define a filter. This allows you to align metrics filters. Okay. You can have a maximum of 1,000 metrics configurations per bucket. God, what terrible setup would you need to be like, yeah, you can only have 1,000 of them here. Does it appear in the properties? I guess we can check that. Scalable storage in the cloud, S3. I like how the icon is different. Oh, you guys can't see because it's off screen. The icon here is different than the one for their logo, which seems weird to me. What's up, Gab7? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. So we're looking at the data dev bucket and metrics. Oh, you know what? You know why we didn't get any metrics, chat? You know why we didn't get any metrics? I know why we didn't get any metrics. Do you know why we didn't get any metrics, chat? Change the push are mind-numbing and funny at the same time. The new Lambda view is amazing, so clean, nothing of use, but looks great. You didn't run the code yet? Nope, we ran the code. We ran the code. I'll give you a hint. I spent 3 streams working on it. And actually, the metrics are the entire reason. The entire reason why I want the metrics is to show that a particular thing worked. And I guess the fact that they're not there is showing that it worked. But the answer is the disk cache. Which actually, how do I safely delete this? I could kill the box for one. The other thing is I could delete this and restart the worker. Because its little brain doesn't know what to do with with something else deleting these. If it's a cache, yeah. It's the cache doing its job. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to delete this cache and then send SIGINT to the worker. System PSEF grab Python 3. This one. Sudo kill dash int this. That should cause it to restart. After 5 seconds, I think it is. System D, what are you doing? Why is there a random Podman process chilling out here? Oh, it got reparented. That's not good. I'll figure out how to fix that. Basically the daemonization of Podman got reparented onto the worker process. Okay, there we go. Now it's back up again. C worker. Yeah. Okay, so there's nothing there now. Cool. So now if I run this again, it should hit S3 and we should get bucket metrics. Let's do this one more time. Good little cache. Yeah, it did its job. You did it. The funny thing is, every time I run this, I get an email. And apparently there's no way to turn off the emails for this. Because I'm not actually watching this issue, so I don't know why. I don't know why it emails me. See how there's 0 watchers. Okay, it pushed. Means we should have cache here now. And in fact we do. You can see there's a clone and there's an inf. And within a minute we should have bucket metrics. And I have to delete that email as well. So now we refresh. Probably refresh CloudWatch, right? Refresh? No? How do I refresh this pane? What is going on here? How do I get to the main view? Oh, this thing? Request metrics per filter. Here we go. Wow. Why are there all of these? Hey, what up? Rodolph for Martins. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. Sure, check them all. Hey, look at that. We got 655 bytes downloaded from a list request. We should have gotten a download request as well. But anyway, we have stats now, so that's cool. Yeah, dope. But anyway, that worked for devs, so I guess we can enable it for prod now. Wait, why are you red? Why are you red? What happened? Why? Oh. Caches, but not my cache this time. GitHub's cache. Okay, there we go. That's what I expect. Cool. Download 78 milliseconds. Look at this cache. It's so good. And we look at the uncached version of it. It took 360 milliseconds and did a download. So there's, 280 millisecond savings per repository, essentially. Which is pretty non-zero. And you know, with larger pre-commit configurations, you're looking at, you know, many repositories. So if you look at, for instance, pre-commit configuration, we're looking at 1, 2, 3. This is actually going to trigger 2 downloads. So this is like 1, 1.5, or 2, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. Although this is a big chunky one, so it might as well count as 2. This one doesn't trigger a download. So, you know, for 9.5 repositories, you're looking at, you know, 2.5 seconds of savings on just by using cache, which is pretty cool. Various units, what an informative label, right? Kisar says, install the GitHub client and try, not really impressed by it. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Works well for you, that's good. I don't like it myself, but if it works well for you, ship it. Hey, what's up, Orthino? Hello, hello. An outdated version, how's it going? Icex Lord says, I guess streaming is like rubber duck programming all the time. It's kind of true. Although, as Where's X would say, the duckies talk back. The duckies talk back. Because sometimes you guys in chat help me out or ask questions or all sorts of different stuff, which is kind of cool, which is really nice. Okay, so have book it metrics. Let us book it the prod. Click at a button. This is prod, right? We did dev first, right? Yes. Firm. Oh, I forgot to actually look at the plan. I probably should have looked at the plan. Okay, the plan looks fine. Cool. Cool. Speedrunning CI pipelines. Sure, it looks like a lot of effort for 2 seconds, but those will add up. Next, the stream will clip out of bounds for the level skip. There is actually an any percent skip for pre-commit CI. We actually wrote the any percent skip on stream. Which is, you make a regex which contain, or you make a commit which has this particular pattern in it, either skip pre-commit CI or pre-commit CI skip, or CI skip or skip CI. Any of these will any percent your run. Warp to end. Don't even need Ace to get there. So it's a feature. I was here for that. Yeah. Ice Lord says, what distro are you using? If you do bang distro, you can learn the answer to that. The answer is that I'm using Windows. Oh wait, that's obvious. I'm using Windows. Fuck Ginger 2. Yeah, oh my god, everyone loves this comment. It's true. It's so shitty. Ginger 2 has a concept of none, but it's lowercase none for some dumbass reason. And I'm like, no, that's nonsense. We're gonna make capital none work, so fuck Ginger 2, capital none. Does the commit have to be frame perfect for that to work? Arthena says, when will pre-commit CI support additional branches? What do you mean, Arthena? What do you mean by additional branches? Icelord says, has WSL made you consider using Linux only? You mean using Windows only? I go over that in the video that's linked there. So the answer is no. I do run Linux natively on a bunch of my machines, but why would WSL make me use Linux only? WSL is not... WSL is a Windows feature, not a Linux feature. In particular, the auto update, it only made a PR to my main branch. How would that work, Arthino? And how would I do that cheaply? Like, if you're updating every hundreds of branches that are on a repository, like, there's no way I could make that scale. Also, someone could just, like, ruin my service by, you know, pushing thousands and thousands of branches. Like, I could imagine a world where it updates, like, every protected branch, but I don't... Even that, like, seems a little bit extra. maybe make it configurable. Even if it's configurable, how is that working? Like, am I reading the configuration from the default branch? Am I reading the configuration from the non-default branch? Like, how does that work? I've never seen it work well. We'll put it that way. Um, I think, like, you know, default branch and pull request is the simplest you can get to. Like if you were a Windows user and you got all the tools of Linux all of a sudden now. No, I've been using Linux for like 20 years, so WSL made no change in my thoughts on Linux. Yeah. Also, from what I've seen from WSL, like the experience is not great. Like it works. It's a cool tech demo, but it's still not quite there. Um, and I don't know that it would necessarily convince me to use Linux if it were the first if it were my first experience with Linux. I love WSL. All of the needed integration with the Windows environment. Most of the integration for Linux. Jump boxes fill the gap smoothly. Yeah. Makes sense though. You're a Windows user by the Bang distro. Yeah, I mean, watch the video, man. I explain it. you're, the reason I made the video is so I don't have to re-explain it every time. I used WSL and it was nice. Then Windows Update kicked it and my PC started freezing. Moved to 2004 and didn't need to look back. Nice. Mod says I installed Ubuntu again because WSL is slow. Yeah, exactly. I see you also create app at import time. I have quite some issue with testing by this choice I made half a year ago. Oh, this year? Oh, because you have to do an assignment like this? Yeah. Yeah, I'm making. I saw your discussion on Discord. I'm making the same mistake here, although, although I have a separate, you know, key for development than I do for production, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, Anonymous says, "What are you going to be working on today? Just join the stream." What am I working on today? Let's see, almost 2 hours of rabbit holes, and I have barely even started on the thing that I'm actually planning to work on. Right now, we're enabling bucket metrics for S3 accesses for pre-commit.ci. Let's see. Let me make sure that they got created. Actually, doing that's going to be tricky because I don't want to do the same hackery I did on the dev instance. I could just nuke a box. That would work. AWS. But the plan for today is to start investigating how to implement the paid version of pre-commit.ci for private repositories, such that I can make money off of this thing. Hey, what's up, Multishot? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm just getting my two-factor code off my phone. Joke's on you for explaining. My first contact with Linux required me to recompile the kernel to have internet. Yeah. I have had that exact same experience too, where I'm building drivers from source, and this was actually just last year. I had a little Wi-Fi card that, for whatever fucking reason, had some non-standard Linux driver, and so I had to, I had to load the driver source onto a USB disk and load the kernel modules on the kernel Debian packages, the development header or whatever's, onto a USB disk. Take that into my living room, plug it into my computer. And then build like install all those packages manually using dpackage, and then build the kernel module from source. And like, ugh, it sucked. So what do you run on your native Linux machines? The same as this. GNU Ubuntu removed said kernel during the update and ceased to boot. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, I run the same setup on my native machines as well. Same exact code as well. I use Puppet to manage my environment, so it automates basically everything. And get away with using more environment variables instead of rewriting a shit ton of code. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, the bonk rake is for bonking. It defaults to bonking Michaela. I soldiered through this like a trooper, Anthony, and now I use Arch, by the way, not Windows like a little bitch. I hate Tuber. That's fair. Okay, CloudWatch. Did I close this other window? No, I just minimized it. CloudWatch metrics. S3 has 4 metrics. This makes sense because the caches are doing their job. How would I do this to Arch users, the vegans of the Linux community? Yeah, that's pretty true. Or the what? Atheist, CrossFit, vegan. How many groups of people can I piss off in one sentence? Kind of dealio. Yeah, I guess I'll just wait and look at this later. Joey's Bite says Arch user here. Proc says I use Arch, by the way. Yeah. It's a good meme. I approve. I approve of this meme. I'm gonna keep this because we might need to use it. Tuber. Where's knowledge to hit it Windows? Right. I find it entertaining the flexing that happens on distributions, platforms, editors, and all that. Your eyes can't see more than 32.45 frames per second anyway. Oh, you mean because of like speed comparisons and stuff like that? Yeah. That is true. That is true. I don't think I care about. Well, we'll look at this at the end of the stream. Maybe someone will have run a run by then that has triggered another S3 update. But we can do this, and we ran Terraform, so we're done with that. We're done with this. We do care about this. Pending change and pending change canceled. I don't know that I care about those. Pending. Why do they even bother sending them? Like, surely I want to ignore one set of these, either the pending ones or the actual ones, right? Okay, I probably just want purchased, canceled, and changed. Or maybe even not, maybe not even these 3. I don't know. I don't know what the right events are here. Come on, read it. I need that sound clip. Why are you putting a bunch of characters into the chat, Ice Lord? What are you doing? We don't do brain fuck here. Is basic because basic? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's look at the fields here and what we need to actually care about. Effective date seems like a issue. Like, I kind of want to store the status of this on the installation object itself. Yeah. What man would put characters in chat, right? I smelled feet. Feet, Pete? What? Effective date. Cancellations and downgrades take effect on the first day of the next billing cycle. Events for downgrades and cancellations are sent when the new plan takes effect on the beginning of the next billing cycle. Events for new purchases and upgrades begin immediately. Use the effective date in the webhook to determine when a change will begin. Okay. So the purchased events should be immediate, I assume. The changed event could be for downgrades. And a downgrade happens at the end of a month. So I think what I need to store we need, let's see, the current status. Actually, fuck, what do we need? Downgrades will occur later. I basically want to avoid having to store all of the events, the changed events on these things. Maybe I can. Actually, maybe I can get away with, maybe I can make an entirely separate member for this. What is that emote, Arthena? Oh, let's see. Hey, what's up, Arabounce? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. So I think purchases are immediate, right? Cancellation downgrades take effect on the first day of the next billing cycle. Events for downgrades and cancellations are sent when the new plan takes effect. Are sent when the new plan takes effect. Events for downgrades and cancellations are sent when the new plan takes effect at the beginning of the next billing cycle. Events for purchases and upgrades. Okay, so my guess at how this works is the pending event will happen pending change and pending cancel. That's why there's no pending purchase. Right? Where is this? Here we go. Pending change and pending cancel. These are for changes for downgrade, cancel is for cancel. Pending change and pending cancel will be sent when the actual event happens. So I can ignore these two. And I can just subscribe to these three things and set the state based on all three of these. I'm pretty sure that's what I need to do. So we're going to ignore those first two webhooks. Since when the change occurs, we don't care about the value here. I do have a big old block of ignored things, right? Somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Signed, closed, edited, labeled, locked, ready for review. Review request removed, review requested, unassigned, unlabeled, and unlocked. Cool. There's all sorts of events that happen for pull requests that we just don't care about. I am going to add issues or comments at some point because I think that'll be another way that triggers another way to trigger events, which will be annoying, but we'll make it happen. I'm gonna be mostly lurking. I needed some more calming background noise because reason sounds good, Aerobounce. Hopefully you're not freaking out about. Maybe you are freaking out about the current craziness that's happening in the US, but yeah, we all need some calming. Some distraction from coups, in a way. Okay, so in theory, these are all the same. Marketplace purchase. And this is going to take data, which is going to be a dict of any, and that is going to return none. Like, we're kind of flying blind on this because we don't really know what these data types look like. Can't help but curse at the scream and roll my eyes at so much of the stuff this fucking country, so how about that sequel? But that says I forgot to ask, but I hope the interview thingy went well. Yeah, I won't know until later. I felt it went alright. It was exhausting. Everything will be fine if you just ignore it. Oh no. Just the usual. Hey, what's up, James Boyne? Hello, hello. Guess I'll work on this MySQL C++ thing with this xdev API, whatever stuff it says. I don't know what that means, but sounds fun. Hamlaus says, what's the at above the functions mean? I have a bunch of videos about this. It is what's called a decorator. Yes, it linked to the right video first. Perfect. So check out that video. I go over them in details. There's also 2 other videos that are more recent about decorators that you can check out by clicking through to the playlist. But yeah, very common question that gets asked. Actually, I think the first time it was asked on stream was because I was working on this particular application. Okay, so what do we have here? It's the purchased event, changed event, and a canceled event. Okay, so we should also be able to look at actioned here. And marketplace purchase. So we'll be able to get the plan ID. So we'll be able to know what level of plan they have, and oh, for cancel we don't actually care. We just are removing them from being premium at that point. That makes sense. So I think I'm actually gonna make these separate function. We're gonna make canceled a separate function. Def marketplace cancel dict. Oh my goodness, stir any to none. And so for this, we need to grab the account ID, which I hope I store. If I didn't store this, I'm a fucking idiot. But oh, please, data install account ID. Praise be. We kept the account ID. So we will have some API that's install install set plan, which is going to take service. It's going to take account ID, unfortunately, and it's going to take plan. And the plan is going to be probably nullable string, which is gross. Optional stir to none. And when it's none, that means they have no paid plan. Otherwise, they will have some sort of plan. Might as well make this keyword only. None, no paid plan. And then KV store. Do we have update from index? Impl AWS. With query, we don't have update IDX. Ugh, gross. Oh, we're gonna have to write a bunch of shitty code for this. Update IDX. Oh, we don't even have update in this repository. We're gonna have to bring it back. Center. Update IDX. So it'll be update item IDX. We're gonna take our table name. And how does the query happen for this? Actually, can you do update item against index? Do we have to do a select? Update item. DynamoDB. Alexa! Thank you for the resub to 1 and 8 months. Thank you for your continued support. It's always good to see you. Update item. Do you take index name, table name, key? I mean, worst case, we do a select, then put, which is not the worst. You can also return the same. My guess is, yeah, you need to do DynamoDB update item based on index, which is hopefully just going to tell me to select and then put. You cannot write to a secondary index. Your only option is to first read, get the attribute values that are your keys. They are always projected onto the index. Then write your data back to the table. Alright, so we need to do kvstore dot... is there a get item instead of query? Get item index DynamoDB. I guess it's actually just query, and we will look at the get item from a secondary index. You may perform scan or query operation on an index, but not the get item. Okay, cool. So we're going to do query IDX equal area kvstore query IDX. Okay, so table, index, and the index key, which is a string. So we are going to query the index with table name, and then the index will be account ID. I don't know what it's actually going to be named. We'll give it a name. And the key is going to be service to account ID. Item equals this. Might as well write this out. Index equals that. Although, I don't know what my interface is. Index key equals that. It's probably just stir. Oh, query index protocol. So we can actually write them out like that. Perfect. For some reason my leg is like super itchy right now. It's really pissing me off. Okay, update item. We want item table.hash key. Not update item IDX, update item. Which takes table and then hash key equals this range. Oh wait. No. Oh yeah, hash key equals that. Yep. And you have no range key if I recalled correctly. So you just have hash key. No range key, and then updates equals plan to plan. Yes. Okay, so that is the code that we have to write here. Oh my. Preox says, I had a lunch break. It sounded exhausting. What, my interview? It had a lunch break. Oh, okay. Also, they like super fucked up my lunch break. It was On the original schedule, it was supposed to be 15 minutes, which is already super short. And then the interview before it ran over, so I only had 4 minutes for a lunch break. So I just like quickly threw something into the microwave and ate real quick. But having a 4-minute break was not great. You're using a MySQL connector. Yeah. I've played with that in Python before. There's Python bindings for it. It's not so great, but the Python bindings are not so great. I'm sure it's fine in C++. Hey, what's up, Red Scratcher? Hello, hello. To be square here, I love decorators. I've just done some really dumb things with them. Yeah, they're pretty easy to do dumb things. Longer than most Netflix seasons. That's yeah, it's also true. Also, there's even a difference between a schema and a database because show database doesn't show schemas. Yeah, so in a database, at least in MySQL, so this might be a particular MySQL instance. MySQL instance. MySQL has a concept of sub-databases inside of an instance. So you might have a number of databases. So this might be called like main or whatever. Database main. This might be database aux, and this might be database foo or whatever. So you can have multiple databases, and then within those databases, they can have tables. This is maybe table 1. And maybe this has table 2 or whatever. And so you can access these, and it's essentially namespaces in a single instance. You can also store your individual databases in different instances, and so you can have multiple instances and multiple databases and all sorts of different combinations there. But yes, they are different. And normally show schemas is just going to show, I believe, your just defaults or your currently selected database. There's some statements to switch which database you're talking to. Alex says the best thing in Dynamo is that it first does limit, then filter. Does limit, then does filter. What? That sounds awful. So like if you said select things that are red, limit 10, the first 10 things might be green. Huh. Weird. I assume you're being sarcastic, Alexa. Talking about schemas. Rick, I just gotta find a tutorial that describes stuff to me. Everything that starts by jumping into a database ends using some select statements. I think designing a database is much more complex than using one properly. Yeah, I agree with that as well. That's where it starts when you're interacting with them. Your schema is a guide to what can go into said table or what you can select from it. Yeah. Decorators are designed to do dumb things. Yeah, it's true. Why is he saying sequel and not squirrel? Skill? 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 Have you seen the Germans pronouncing squirrel video? It's one of my favorites. Hey, what's up, Olive Chess? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Or is it Ali B Chess? I don't know. Well, welcome, welcome. I really love implementing querying logic in the app code. I mean, you're talking about this? I'm not really doing any logic here. It's just like select then put. There isn't really an update based on index, unfortunately. Oh, you mean you're talking about the limit stuff? Yeah. That's Alexa playing Despacito. Yeah, the number of times that's actually worked for people listening to my stream is unfortunate, but that's the way things go. It's pronounced penguin. Yeah, the penguin video is also one of my favorites. Okay, so in order to do this operation, we need to bring in update item from the other table, which is right here. Simple alias KV store. We now need update item, which we just removed in the last stream, which is kind of funny, but we also need to bring it in from the local update item. And I'll get better about copying and pasting this code at some point. I want to distribute this kind of database environment glue code stuff using a library at some point, but I haven't really figured out how I want to structure that yet. I've been thinking about using submodules because it would actually work really well and I wouldn't have to set up any special infrastructure for it, but god, submodules are such a fucking pain in the ass. No part of them are easy. They just don't work all that well. But it would work fine for what I want to do here to some extent. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I like to pretend I know C, but saying it's the third letter of the alphabet seems wrong. Oh, that's good. I like that. Pre-commit.ci. We need to make a protocol for up-to-date item. Maybe store. Oh. I forgot to delete this from last time. Perfect. I wonder why it didn't show up in dead. Oh well, it doesn't matter now. Local kv store.update item. Oops. No wonder it looks like it's spelled wrong. It is. And APS. Let's see what MyPy has to say about what we have so far. No overload. Variant of get item of list matches type string. Oh yes, we need the comma here. We should always get an item back here. We should get exactly one item back from that index. Such a shitty index. Really annoying, but whatever. No, that's the only right answer, says we'll call it. Okay. So we need to create this index. How did I name the other index? Oh, table.index name. I currently only allow a single index per table, I guess. I spelled update wrong in a library row and only caught it 6 months later. Now I have dep update row, which returns UDP 8 row because it's in dozens of prod scripts. Oh no. That's unfortunate. That's also really funny. Do I have this open somewhere? I do. Install set plan. Service github account ID. There'll only be one marketplace purchase here, I assume. We probably do care about all of this stuff, but the only data I really care about is the plan name. I think that's all I care about. So for canceled, we need to get marketplace purchase count ID. Data marketplace purchase count ID. And then plan equals none. This one, we do install set plan for github for data market place purchase count ID, and then plan equals, we gotta figure out the plan from this event. Should be marketplace purchase plan. I'd love to use the plan ID, but I don't know if this is gonna map well, so we're gonna use plan name. And just hope that that stays consistent. I can always do a data migration if I want to change this later. Data marketplace purchase plan name. I think that actually implements most of this. That implements the data setting part. We need to read the data now. Data. Oh, that means I need to change the install again. Also, according to this data model, you can suspend a paid plan at the moment, which seems weird. Oh, I am past my time to fill up my water. I'm gonna go fill up my water. I will be right back, and I will see you in a bit. Hello, I'm back. Also, chat, did you notice anything new today? I'm wearing another new shirt. Yeah. Anyway, new shirt. Who does? Bank questions. UDP your questions. Oh yeah, that's perfect. UDP HRO? Yeah. Imagine not using spell checking code. Imagine using spell checking code. Hmm. Hey, what's up, Eleven's Ghost? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Good to see you. Man, something about this. So many places for typos here. Also, I'm trusting their data here. Is there a way to test this? Test marketplace, webhooks, GitHub, app. Market. Testing your app. Before an onboarding expert approves your app, it must adequately handle the billing flows. You can draft a marketplace listing to simulate each of the billing flows. A listing in the draft state means that it has not been submitted for approval. Any purchases you make using a draft will not create real transactions, and GitHub will not charge your credit card. Okay. Drafting a listing for your app. Each app can only access its own GitHub marketplace listing. Yeah, that makes sense. We recommend configuring a separate development app. Whew. Man, I'm so glad I did that. Because you can only create drafts, you must make your development app public. No! No! That's so stupid. The problem is with making a development app public, it means anyone can install the development app. And I don't want people to be able to install the development app because it would allow them to then make these purchases. So I wonder if that means what I think it means. Because, let's see. That's a little butchy. It's kind of deal. Developer settings, edit. Where's the dangerous stuff down here? Where's the dangerous stuff? Hold on a sec. Advanced. It's in the advanced thing. Yeah, this is stupid. This is bad. Make this app public. This would allow people to use the pro tier on the dev app. This means I need to make my shit more complicated in order to do this. That's so dumb. Public apps are not discoverable outside of published. Yeah, that's so false, because if your app makes statuses, then anyone can find your app from the statuses. It can only be bought by you in the draft state? I guess that's good, but it still means that people can install my dev app and fuck with my development, which I don't want people to be able to fuck with my development. Which means I would have to write application code to ban other people, which I don't want to do that. It sounds like too much work. Or something that should just work without me having to do this. I guess what I can do is I can make it public, test this shit, and then make it unpublic again. I can do that. And ban anyone that installs it while it's public. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Just make a dev too. I could do that. I actually do want to do that at some point, but I didn't want I wanted to wait until I'm actually working on continuous deployment stuff. Because at some point, what I want my dev account to be is like a pre-prod and have automatic validation occur against it. And then have a local app that's entirely separate from those other ones. Yeah. I was just sitting here itching that you aren't using .git on those, but I work with data management that can't be trusted, so I'm jaded and no index call is written that might cure on me. The problem with .git is you get sneaky nuns in your application and suddenly you set everything to null and then you have sad times. Square brackets are like, this must be structured data. If I'm getting unstructured data here, shit's fucked and I should not perform any side effects based on this. Git is a huge code smell. But yeah, if you're working with like crappy data quality, then hopefully you have data validation. That's usually a better thing to do than .git. Or maybe your data validation is using .git, and then you use brackets after that. But I don't know, I've seen too many times change.git cause many bugs. Both at Yelp and at Lyft. God, so much sleep loss to people using .git or abusing the .git. I was gonna go ride my bike and read and imagine the body parts of Trump supporters floating down for blood to try and relax, but it's and try not to just explode. Oh no. Yeah. That's why I have a big old smelly git function that validates all those nodes. Okay, that's fair. Makes me feel better about it. Simulating marketplace purchase events. Your testing scenarios may require setting up listing plans that offer free trials and switching between free and paid subscriptions because downgrades and cancellations don't take effect until the next billing cycle. GitHub provides a developer-only feature to apply pending change to force changed and canceled events to take effect immediately. Okay, cool. 52 cents a month. That's cheap. For most marketplace API endpoints, we also provide stubbed API endpoints that return hard-coded data, fake data you can use for testing. To receive stubbed data, use the stubbed. I don't think we ever need to read those endpoints. I think we're just depending on the webhooks here. Why not Marshmallow? I mean, I'm not doing that level of data validation that I need stuff here. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, Marshmallow is good for schema validation. They use pre-commit a lot as well. And I know the maintainer, he's a really nice person. When dealing with bad data, I want to be able to point at the sender and say, you are the reason it failed without having to even look at my logs. Yeah. Alexa says, is it possible to segment AWS costs by IAM user somehow? Not out of the box. But what you can do is tag resources based on user IDs and then do filtering based on the tags. You can do cost distribution based on tags, and so that's one way. But yeah, every company that I've been at has built a a separate system for doing this. Hey, what's up, Marco Dev? Hello. Maybe you can make dev paid only. I mean, I would still have to write code for that either way. What's up, Bitchet? How's it going? Oh no, is there actual shooting at the Capitol now? Because that's not great. Holy shit. I hate so much that most of the news media is both not calling this a riot and not calling it a terrorist attack, because that's absolutely what it is. Especially that someone has been shot. Like, holy shit. What the fuck? Markedev says self.install code spaces. I don't think code spaces really helps me in any way, shape, or form. They're the like hosted VS Code thing. Yeah. I don't use VS Code and yeah. Use the tools you love. Safari, Firefox, VS Code, Visual Studio, Edge, and Chrome. Yeah, sounds like the tools I love. 100%. But no, I don't really need code spaces, and I haven't logged into it, so no. See you on the GitHub. Yes, I am on the GitHub. Rex says, I looked into it. There's a few quick scripts that has somehow turned into middleware holding out far more than was expected. Tweaking is going slowly. Yeah. Ashtatic says, isn't Flagate ilinter? Yes, wait, what are you replying to, Ashtatic? It is, well, technically Flake8 is not a linter, it is a linter framework, because it does not implement any lint checks itself. But yes, you could consider it a linter or such. But what topic? What are we talking about? User says hello. I like your split keyboard. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. If you do bang keyboard, you can learn more about it. Alexa says it kind of sucks, and I'm surprised there isn't an AWS service for something like this. Oh, for Codespaces, there is an Amazon version of Codespaces. It's fucking garbage. User 129835, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. No Babby, thumbs down. Yeah, there's no Vim either. What is today's plan? I'm working on trying to enable marketplace actions for pre-commit.ci and writing the backend code to test it. Unfortunately, as part of testing it, I need to make my app public, which means that other people can muck with it. which not great. But Baby on Code Places, let's start a petition. Public freakout is gonna have a field day after these riots. I don't even know what r/public freakout is. What is their TLDR? Thank you, Levins Ghost, for the bang keyboard. But yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed pre-commit.ci. I guess I didn't even do my little spiel. The idea of your pre-commit.ci, for those of you that somehow haven't heard this before, or are new, which is fine, it is a CI system that's based around the open source linter and code formatter framework that I have written called pre-commit. And the idea behind pre-commit is you configure a bunch of tools with versions and tools and versions and stuff. It knows how to integrate with githooks, but the big selling point is it installs all of these tools in user space and, just kind of works to run linters and code formatters. And pre-commit.ci is a CI system based around this. It will auto-fix your pull requests if formatters make changes that you somehow didn't catch with local tooling, which, presumes that you don't have the local tooling installed. So often this is, commits made from the GitHub UI or commits made by outside contributors or people that are ornery and don't want to use the local tooling for whatever reason. It's also hella fast, way faster than any of the competing or comparable free CI systems. In fact, so much faster than GitLab that I had to put GitLab on a completely separate graph because you can see here that it's almost 4 times as long as Travis. Or I guess it's like 3 and change times as long as Travis. So like putting it on the same graph made it look real dumb. So here's a separate graph for GitLab. It also caches things, and this caching has actually improved a lot recently. There's now a disk cache, so it very rarely has to do the secondary caching. So there's a nice local cache as well. It will also auto-update your versions of things. You pin things in the configuration file such that your linting and code formatting is repeatable, and this gives you a way to auto-update that and continue to go forward. Practicing the pitch, yeah. Are you on Ubuntu? Kind of. Thank you, RKJ, for the link there. Yeah, what's up, Arla? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yassine, welcome back. Good to see you. A subreddit dedicated to people freaking out, melting down, losing their cool, or being weird in public. Huh. That definitely fits the bill there. Hey, what's up, Rylan0212? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Is that like a mix between like Ryan and Dylan? I kind of like it. Rylan. So is that an actual name? I don't think I've heard that before. Oh my god, it is an actual name. Oh. Cool. Nice name. I didn't know it was a thing. I have not met any Rylans. Apparently there is a television. Oh, that's his stage name, not actually his real name. Rylan Clark Neal. Rylan, thank you for the subscription with Prime as well. Appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. He's on the Windows, just VBox, and it's true, Mark would have. Arch Linux less than 3, indeed, Random Neo. Yeah, less than Octothorpe. You could even use A2C Carpet for that one as well. Cat Etsy issue Arch Linux back R. What are you talking about, Margaret? What is going on there? Are you okay? Is everything all right? Okay, so I guess I need to make this public and then test this. We also need to. Actually, I'm surprised that MyPy has not complained. Optional stir expected stir. Yeah. Because what else is using query index session is probably has an assert. Indeed it does. So we probably need that same assert there. Data install query idx assert table.index name is not none. And it is in fact none right now, so we have to fix that. Data tables. We need to make an index on the install table. which is shitty. Oh. Guess we'll call it like this then. Index key equals service account ID. Oh shit. How? Ah, damn it. I think this means I need to do a data backfill. Yeah, because we're currently... Sucks. Yeah, in order to query on this other attribute... Yeah, in order to query on this other attribute, I need to... I need to backfill something that fills out this data in my data store. It's okay. I did a backfill for something else as well, so I kind of have a scripted idea for this, but it's gonna take forever to do this. So I'm gonna do this offline, but we can get the local version working. Cat Etsy issue. Ubuntu 14.01 LTS backn back L. What does this mean? What does it do? Damn, learn Linux basics, old files like Etsy issue from... I mean, what does it do? If I don't ever need to use it, why would I know about it? What is Etsy issue? Is it what's been replaced with LSB release or OS release? Is a text file which contains a message with system identification to be printed before the login prompt. Oh. So this is what it prints out when you boot the machine in a non-graphical form. What's the key combination? It's like Control Alt something. F5. Yeah, there we go. So there's an example of Etsy issue, I guess. See if we can figure out how to get back. Oh no, I've fucked my machine. Okay, there we go. We're good. I think we're good. Type in my bad password. Cool. Anyway, interesting. I guess I didn't know about that. Are you doing the job search? I interviewed yesterday at a company, which was fine. But yeah. Let's, new line, this was host name. Oh wait, no, backend would have been something else. Wait, what was it? Backend is host name, and back L must be the TTY number, and that was from doing Control Alt F5, which was the fifth TTY. I guess if we did Control Alt F4, we would get TTI4, and TTY2 is the graphical interface. I don't know why Control F1 logged me out though. That was kind of weird. But yeah. In case you forget your distribution, yeah, duper. The calling Twitcher says, "Did you use your Twitch account as a resume?" I did mention my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel in my resume because they are achievements that I am particularly proud of, and I've put a lot of work into, and I'm, you know, it's an important part of me as a person. Init tab. Init tab. No such file or directory. I assume you mean inside here with our whoopsie. No, this is unrelated to that. This is the crash manager, which has all sorts of weird spacing. This must be a generated file, because this is probably from like some YAML script or something or another. Oops. Yeah, I'm on system. I have system D. Did you mention all your favorite people in stream chat? uh, I mean, I didn't have enough space on my resume to mention all of my favorite people in stream chat. RKJ. Well, configuration. Oh yeah, sysv. I'm not using sysv. So, what are you using sysv? Microdev. What distribution are you on that's still on sysv init? Hey, what's up, Franklin? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Or have you intentionally decided to be masochistic and use sysv init in a modern distribution? Shame on Microdev. Right? Damn, I wonder if you can create an index on a column that doesn't exist. Surely you can, right? Dynamo db create index on column that does not exist. Managing indices. Adding to an existing table. Index name, key schema. Keys only. It doesn't really tell me whether the keys have to exist. Can't write data from the table to index because of index key violations. The data type of an attribute does not match the data type of an index. The size. An index key has an empty string or an empty binary value. Index key violations do not interfere with the global secondary index creation. However, when the index becomes active, the violating keys are not present in the index. Okay. It sounds like I can create the index, then backfill. So I guess we should create the index now. Yeah, we can do that. Actually, the real order I should use is start writing this new key, then there's so many phases to make this work properly. 7 years and maintain the same. I see. Init tab is still a thing. In systemd, your Ubuntu is fucked. Wait, maybe I'm thinking about a different tab. Hey, what's up, Pari? Hello. Init tab systemd. Systemd does not provide any backwards compatibility mechanism for this. I find it interesting that I have stuff in Etsy init.d though, right? Like, why are there all these files here? Presumably those are not used by systemd. Maybe they're there for backwards compatibility. Like, I wonder what one of these says. Let's see, init.d/cron. Or maybe systemd runs this script. Systemd system. Really, you set a systemd service. A libsystemd system. Do you just call Etsy init.d? No, why? Why is the init script still there? Aren't those files symlinks? No, they would be blue if they were symlink. But since they're green, they're actual files. Yeah, so I don't know why cron is here. They could be hard links, maybe? No, link count is 1. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Cron's just hanging out like a bro. Also, hey Jake Harry, how's it going? Probably a system unit that executes etc.init.d. What package owns those files? They come from cron. The cron package itself has, writes out etc.init.d cron. It also writes out libsystemd system cron.service, so like, not sure why both of them. Yeah, whichever init system. Oh, can you still run Ubuntu with sysvinit? Is that what it is? Ubuntu sysvinit. I know for a while you could do both with Debian. Ubuntu 20.04. There is still a package. Is this a PPA? No, it's a PPA. Sysvinit utils. Systemd-like utilities. Package contains kill all 5 and PID of. Kill all 5. What? Oh, that's another PPA. Oh no, maybe it's not. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? What's in etc.init.d/whoopsie? It does this entirely unnecessary shell nonsense here. This is what it's doing. It could just do this. Instead of doing that. That would be a little bit simpler. Oh, actually, what the fuck is going on here? Wait a minute. Oh, it's setting... Oh, this isn't a shell script. This is whatever the fuck libinit d script. Where are you? Are you Perl? Oh, you're a shell script. Hey, what's up, Robert Morshi? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. When a script exits with exit bang dollar, why? Why would you do this? It isn't used as the interpreter of an RC script. Press X to doubt. Oh, I see. This is to fix non-nonsense there. Where's the part where it runs itself? Where it runs arg1 or arg0? Oh, it probably shifts those off. Yeah, here we go. Init script name. Here's where it actually runs the shell script. So it should have set daemon to a value. I don't know why it does this weird thing here. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Why did you want to see this? Other than this looks like the systemd unit. Systemd. Oh right, it's in lib, not there probably. Yeah, this looks very similar to the sysvunit one. Bang dollar, yeah, bang dollar's pretty cool. Yassine says, is the GIL the main reason behind Python's slowness? No. It's not. The main reason behind Python slowness is pretty much every operation in Python is look up string key in dictionary and call string key in dictionary and check that the return value is not a null pointer. The GIL prevents you from doing interesting things with multi-threading on multiple chunks of pure Python code, but it isn't it isn't the reason for slowness in single process, single thread code. Which I would argue most scripts that you run fall into that category of the single process, single thread pure Python code. So that's when you think about Python being slow, it's not, oh yeah, Python is poor at parallelizing pure Python code. Like, yeah, sure, that's because of the GIL, but not like, oh, Python is slow at doing basic things like adding and calling functions. Also because, every object is on the heap and there's, every object is really a pointer to a structure, and then you have to look at that structure, and like any variable is that pointer, so you always have one level of indirection for everything that you're doing. Does init still run in 2004 and therefore it needs etc init.d? At least my theory is based on the man page. I mean, there is an init system running, but I'm pretty sure sbin init is systemd. Grab sbin. Sbin init. Wait, what? Systemd sysv. What are you? Systemd is a system service manager. Yeah, I know that. But what is sysv links? Systemd is compatible with systemd and lsb init scripts and can work as a drop-in replacement for sysv init. Installing this will overwrite sbin init with a link to systemd. Huh, I didn't know that was a thing. I guess that's the answer, Jake Carey. Hey, what's up, Astron? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. Welcome, welcome, and Happy New Year! What was I doing? We were gonna make the index. Right? Right. Yes. So, we can do that in the... what is it called? In the Terraforms. Oh, I ran the stupid... This is from, like, Image Tragic or whatever. Package-switch prune. Graphis, not Image Tragic, the other one. Prune, this is what I wanted to run, is my prune script. Installs index. Okay. Dynamo sessions. Just show me how to set this up. This. I don't know what this is going to do. So that's why we'll try it in development first. That's why we have a development instance. So what did we call this in code? We called this account ID index, and it's service account ID. And keys only is fine. And then we have service account ID, which is a string. Okay, we will run this, apply it in dev, and see what happens. It might break in some way, but I think it should be fine. It might prevent new insertions, so we might have to do this in a different order, which will be fine. I just want to see what this is going to do. And we have, you know, I should have ran plan just to see what it did. I think I'm competing with myself here because I also ran plans from the pull request. So actually I'm just gonna cancel this and we can just, yes. Hey, what's up, Hayden? Hello, hello. How are you doing? And finished. Add new attribute, add new index, which only projects keys, which is cool. That's all we want. All right, that looks good. Let's merge it and run it in dev. Oh, we're not gonna be able to test an insertion unless I delete stuff. Oh. I guess I can issue it with photo 3. Oh, this is a big pain in the ass, and I have to do some fun stuff with credentials as well. I might just do this offline. I think I'm gonna do this offline because I don't wanna I don't wanna do all this juggling and risk showing credentials and stuff. So I'm gonna probably play with these indices and update this stuff offline. So this is probably a decent part to stop at today. Doing alright, just getting my shit installed again. I switched to Fedora. Oh, you're on a different distribution now. Wait, what were you on before? Wait, don't you like manage some Linux distribution that you're on? That's something that you do? What's it called? Rocky Linux? Or is Rocky Linux dead now? Have we abandoned Rocky Linux and now we're all switching to Fedora? See, I did remember it right. Don't you be talking shit about Rocky? I wasn't talking shit. I was just wondering what's up. Want to know what the status is. Presumably, if you're using Fedora, like that's a little head scratch there. Oh, Gavin. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna figure this out offline. We're at about 3 hours today. I needed to catch up on exercise because, well, Fedora is less pain in the ass than Red Hat is. Red Hat, you have to deal with old ass fucking software and nothing actually works. Fedora, things actually work and are pretty nice. Like, I'm not saying Fedora. I've never said that Fedora is bad. let's put it there. I just think that Red Hat Enterprise Linux is garbage. But anyway, yeah. Again, I don't want to get into like distribution wars here, but I think we can all kind of agree that using old software kind of sucks, even if it might be super stable. But you know, running Well, let's just say I've had a lot of bad experiences trying to maintain rel 6 servers that are running Python 2.6 many, many years after they should have been running Python 2.6. But yeah. I have a problem with Fedora and XRDP connections via Xorg. Even Emacs. Wait, oh, Emacs is an operating system? Good yoke. I approve. Anyway, I'm gonna go work on this off stream. So let me do my little spiel, and then we'll find someone to raid. My name is Anthony. I upload my previous content to YouTube. That's youtube.com/AnthonyRantsCode, where you can check out previous streams. You can also check out educational videos that I upload daily. There's a cool one today where I show that Docker images actually get bigger when you delete files in them, which is kind of a cool one, so check that out. I normally stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and I announce my streams in 2 places. One of those is Twitter. My Twitter is twitter.com/codewithanthony, so leave a follow there. Check out my stream announcements and stuff like that. I also announce them on the Discord, which you all should join. It's a nice little community. There's a beginners channel if you want to ask questions and have experts answer them and give you advice about all sorts of different things. There's a good memes channel as well if you want that. And of course there's stream announcements there. But thank you all for stopping by, and let's go find someone to raid.